Hello, Carrie Kay back with more Dirty Laundry. Today we have Crocodiles. You guys were both in a band called Plot to Blow Up the Eiffel Tower, yeah?
Yeah.
How did that band break up?
Just kind of ran our creative...
Amicably.
Yeah, amicably, really amicably.
I think everybody just had different interests at that point, and, you know.
Pretty limited genre, I guess, you know,
Yeah.
so if you want to do more, go, you know, expand your sound or whatever, it's a little bit hard in those kind of,
Totally.
confines.
Well, the sound is so different from that of Crocodiles. How did you guys come up with the sound that is Crocodiles today?
There's a couple years in between where we started writing like pop songs and stuff. So I think once we sort of like figured out how to do that, then we were able to like, pull some like the noisy elements from our old band, kind of mix the two. I guess, I don't know. You don't really think about these things when you're doing them.
Yeah.
It's just
Just sort of
just
evolves.
write songs. That's what it sounds like, you know?
No Age sort of put you guys on the map in a way. Are you friends with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're your homies?
I mean, we don't see them as much as we used to. When they were in Wives, you know, we played with them, and like when they started No Age, we did a lot of gigs for them in San Diego. But now, of course, both bands just tour a lot, and we don't.
Obviously, it's great whenever we run into each other and stuff, but yeah, that was really generous of them. That's something I really respect about them. They always have like their friends' bands T-shirts on when they're on TV, and
Yeah.
they always big up bands that could use their help, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I
nice.
always respect that. Brandon, you are married to Dee Dee from the Dum Dum Girls, yeah?
Yep.
Do you guys ever have any sort of rivalry going? Is there any healthy competition happening between the two bands?
No, not at all. I mean, we just try and help each other. We tour as much as we can together, and yeah, same thing. I don't really like believe in competitiveness in music. I mean, I think that there's, you know, obviously people have, everybody's got some degree of competitiveness as a person, but I think it's not very positive, especially with your loved ones, you know, so.
Yep.
No, I never feel competitive with her. I mean, if anything, you know, I recognize that she's the more talented of the two of us, you know. Just learn what I can from her, you know. I'll come home and she'll have like been working on a song, you know, and yeah, we'll show each other new ideas. Or like when Chuck and I are demoing stuff, you know, like she'll help us with the girl vocal parts because our organ player who does the vocal parts for real isn't there, you know, so she'll help us with the demo or whatever. Yeah. We're more collaborative and cooperative than competitive, for sure.
Did you guys have some sort of run-in with Iggy Pop's tour manager?
How do you hear all these stories? Yeah, okay, so Iggy Pop, we played at this festival in Portugal, and he was one of the headliners, and he was doing his whole shtick where he was saying, like, fuck the security, come up on stage, anarchy, you know, the stage belongs to you. But it was like a pre-planned moment in the set, you know? And I'm, you know, drunk on the side of the stage watching Iggy Pop, and it was great, you know? And Marco, our bass player, and I were like, oh, fuck, we should go out. We missed that chance. Let's go out and, like, dance with them. I don't remember what song it was. But he started playing, like, TVI or something, you know, that we got excited about. And we just started, like, dancing our way out, and the guy was, like, this, like probably how you'd imagine, like, a soccer hooligan, you know? He was, like, this 50-year-old, like, short, stout, like, murderer, you know? And he grabbed me. I mean, I've been choked before, but he like, grabbed my windpipe, you know?
No.
And it easily, like, knocked me off my feet, you know? And I was, like, laying on the stage with him over me, and he was just like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. And I think I was just, like, I couldn't speak because my windpipe was being collapsed by him, but,
Oh, God.
I was just giving him the peace sign, which I guess worked, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it's a bit hypocritical of Iggy Pop to...
Yeah, because he was like, anarchy, come on the stage, and then you were like,
Yeah.
it just wasn't the proper
And it just
anarchy
also seems
schedule to
against, like,
anarchy.
his general spirit, or what he's supposed to represent, you know? But whatever, you know. He's also, like, 80 years old, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. I still love him, it's fine.
So when you're 80, you have to have your anarchy scheduled, penciled in, sort of.
Yeah. Between like diaper changings and denture cleanings.
I heard that you tried to convince Captain Sensible that you were his son.
How do you know all these stories? It's incredible. When I was like a teenage punk rocker, everyone, all my friends thought I looked like, also having curly hair, you have to like, there's always a few like punks you can look up to. Captain Sensible's one of them, in terms of like style and stuff, so I probably dressed a bit like him as well. But all my friends used to say I looked like him, and so The Damned are one of my favorite bands. When they played in San Diego, and he wouldn't come off the bus, if I remember correctly. I think I was also probably drinking a bit, but I think I just wanted to meet him. He wouldn't come off the bus, so I told his tour manager, like, I'm his son. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I was, like, in over my head at that point, because he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go get him. So I, like, was making up this story. It was, like, coming out. I was thinking it as it was coming out, you know, and I was like, do you remember being on tour in L.A. in the early 80s? My mom was a groupie. And he's like, oh, yeah, I think I remember. Because, you know, I'm sure he was probably sleeping with loads of women or whatever, so he probably just picked some random woman and was like, fuck, I had like a kid with this woman, you know? And he gave me his email address, and I felt so guilty by this point. And we started emailing, and he's like, oh, how's mom? He started calling her mom, you know, this like mystery fake groupie that I made up, you know? How's mom? And, you know, tell me about your life. And I felt really guilty, so I came clean. I was like, you know, I didn't fully come clean. I said, I talked to my mom, and she said that she was just joking. I didn't want, and he never emailed me back.
A long time ago, we came up to play The Smell. It was like one of the first times we'd ever played there. And we pulled up in front of the door, and obviously it was locked. No one was there. But we got out of the van, and there was shit cakes all along the wall in the alley, all on the ground, like more shit than you've ever seen in your life. Everybody
Was
just
it
went
fresh?
there and used it. I mean, it smelled like it was fresh.
Wow.
I didn't taste it. But
Was it still warm?
yeah, it was still warm.